Many months or years later, in the town of Phlius, Phaedo tells Socrates and others what happened in Socrates' final hours. Socrates had been kept a little longer because the sacred ship had delayed his death. He spent those days with a few close friends, like Simmias, Cebes, Plato, and others. Some, like Euclid and Terpsion, came from far away. Plato and Aristippus were absent, but Xanthippe and the children visited and then left with Crito's helper. Socrates had just had his chains removed and spoke calmly about how pleasure follows pain and how philosophy helps the soul. He told stories from Aesop and spoke about dreams that told him to keep making music and rhyme before he died. He told his friends that philosophers should care for the soul, not the body, and expect to meet wiser friends and kind gods on the other side. Socrates said death frees the soul from the noisy, changing body so it can see truth clearly. He believed the soul was close to the gods and that the good person who has loved wisdom will be calm at the end. Some listeners feared the soul might vanish like smoke, so Socrates said old tales showed souls living below and coming back to life, just as waking follows sleep. He said we must remember that learning is really remembering, because we already knew ideas like beauty or justice before birth. From that, he argued our souls lived before our bodies and must live after death too. Simmias worried that the soul might be like a harmony in a lyre, something that disappears when the instrument dies. Cebes wondered if the soul could wear out after many lives. Both were uneasy. Socrates said philosophers practice dying while they live by ignoring body pleasures. They keep their souls clean so they can go to the divine when the body ends. The soul is not a mixture like the body. It is simple, steady, and close to the gods. It may leave the body when death comes. Souls tied to the body might become ghosts and wander near graves, even returning in a new body shaped by their habits. Good people go to gentle lives, and philosophers avoid the body's strong pulls. Socrates urged his friends to keep asking questions and to keep their souls calm, like swans singing for Apollo at death. After calm conversation, Socrates spoke about what might happen beyond death. He said bad people would need punishment and purification, but good souls might go to better places. He even described a kind of ancient map. The earth is a ball with holes like Tartarus and rivers like Oceanus, Acheron, Periphlegethon, and Cocytus carry souls to the underworld. Souls face judgment. Some stay in Tartarus, others are cleansed and eventually allowed to rest or return. He admitted he didn't know for sure, but he believed his hope had a strong feeling behind it. The story then turns to a broader, more thoughtful reflection. People often believe the soul lives forever because of old stories, religions, or the comfort it gives. But nowadays they seek stronger reasons. The text says we must keep asking why we believe what we do, and to base belief in immortality not just on feelings, but on good ideas, on what God is like, and on how we live and treat others. Fame, it says, doesn't last forever, so what really matters is being kind now. The text also reminds us how hard these questions are. People still do not know if souls are ideas, harmony, causes, or something else. Some think souls melt into the sky, others think they move to new bodies, and some think soul and body are one. No one has perfect answers, but what matters is the effort to understand. It says even science cannot prove immortality, but belief in it often matches our sense that goodness, truth, and love are real, and that we are more than flesh. God's goodness helps explain it. If God is fair and loving, He would let us keep growing, not end at death. Life now has law and growth. So the next life probably does too. This keeps the hope alive even if we cannot picture forever, or describe heaven and hell with real houses or angels. The best picture is like a school, a place where we learn, grow, and become better. The text recalls how even the Greeks believed in life after death, with stories of heroes going to happy islands and poets talking about judgment. Philosophers like Plato used ideas to explain it. Plato, in Phaedo, mixed facts, ideas, and myths. He said the soul is tied to truth and to the divine, not just to the body. He thought ideas last forever, so the soul must too. His arguments include the idea that opposites come from each other, the memory argument, the idea that the soul is simple and unchanging, and ethical thoughts about how the soul longs for higher life. Socrates, in that final conversation, stayed calm and gentle. He comforted friends, joked a little, and sang a hymn for Apollo before drinking the poison. He urged them to keep asking and to keep looking for truth. The story ends with the sense that his calm courage made them hope, that his mind was stronger than death, and that belief in the soul's life beyond the body still has a place in ours. First, Socrates warned us not to hate people or ideas, because that would make us stop trusting and learning. He reminded us that most people are neither all good nor all bad, just like most things are in the middle, not always huge or tiny. If we only focus on fighting, we might stop believing in truth. So we should look for good ideas and try to be wise, even if we still argue for the side we love. Then Socrates checked where we stood. Simmias still believed the soul was like harmony, something made by the body. But Socrates showed that harmony can only follow the parts, so it can never explain how the soul can choose, refuse, or be better or worse. The soul leads, not follows. Because harmony cannot fight the body or hold virtue, it cannot be the soul. Simmias agreed. Next, Socrates and Cebes talked about whether the soul lives forever. Cebes worried that even if the soul existed before birth, maybe it could still die after death. Socrates told how he once studied nature, trying to understand how things are born, grow, and end. He realized how confused that was, so he decided to search for truth inside his own mind. He chose some strong ideas, true beauty, true goodness, true greatness, to judge everything else. He said beauty must come from true beauty, greatness from true greatness, and so on. This helped him see that real ideas never change, and that opposites push each other away. For example, odd numbers are never even, fire never becomes cold, life never becomes death. Since the soul brings life, it must reject death, so it cannot die. This means the soul is immortal like the idea of immortality itself. Cebes accepted this, although he still felt small compared to the big question. Socrates agreed that careful thinking helps us follow the truth. Then Socrates told us that if the soul never dies, we must care for it always, not just while we live. If people could escape the wrong things. But now we know a soul that stays wise and good will follow the straight path, while one that loves the body stays tangled and suffers after death. He spoke of the world below. He imagined the earth as a round ball in the middle of the sky, with a higher clean place above where stars live. He said our world is low and spoiled. He told us the upper earth is bright, full of clear gems, better plants, longer lives, better senses, and temples with gods who listen. There are holes and tunnels under our land, with rivers, fire, and a big crack called Tartarus. Rivers like Oceanus, Acheron, Pyriphlegethon, and Styx flow under everything and help move souls. Souls go to different places depending on their lives. Some stay in Acheron to wash away wrongs, some go on, some others are punished, and pure souls go to the shining world above, where the gods are. Simmias asked what to do. Socrates said we should live for knowledge and goodness, not just body pleasures. We should dress the soul with temperance, justice, courage, honor, and truth, so it is ready for its journey below. He said each of us will go someday, so we should follow this path now. At the end, knowing he was to drink poison, Socrates told us to care for ourselves, obey what he taught, and not trick anyone. He said to hide his body from grief, so the women wouldn't have to mourn loudly. After he bathed, he spoke kindly to every friend, then drank the poison with a calm heart. When the cup arrived, he stood, walked until he was tired, lay down, and let the poison work. He asked Crito to remember the promise to offer a cock to Asclepius. When the poison reached his heart, he died. We were sad, but he had asked us to be quiet and brave. it was the end of our friend, Socrates, wise, fair, and gentle, above all men.